This is the truth about Roblox's FPS limit. Some mobile and console players might be confused about this, but Roblox actually runs strictly on 60 FPS and can't go above it naturally. It doesn't matter if you play Roblox on a potato PC or NASA PC, Roblox can only run at 60 FPS at most. This video will teach you why Roblox FPS is super important, what you're missing out on, how to get your FPS above 60, and why Roblox actually doesn't want you to go above 60 FPS in the first place. Well, you might be asking, 60 FPS doesn't sound so bad. I run Roblox at 60 FPS and everything is fine. Well, you might say that because you have never experienced Roblox above 60 FPS. The more FPS you get on your screen, the more responsive your gameplay feels. This is because your computer is refreshing the screen more times per second. And trust me, the difference between 60 and 144 FPS is unreal. You just have to experience it to believe me. Some games definitely have less of an effect compared to others. If you play like a slow game like Brookhaven, the difference between 60 and 200 FPS is minimal, but in faster paced games, especially FPS, this makes a huge difference. Arsenal is a really good example of this. The amount of chaos in Arsenal means that those frames really help you get those shots. If you're playing games like Arsenal in 60 FPS all this time, you could get a huge boost in your skills by just installing an FPS Unlocker. And yes, there is such a thing called an FPS Unlocker. It's an external script that breaks this limit for you. So how do you get this FPS Unlocker? Well, just go to the link in the pinned comment of this video and just download the zip file. Extract the file using whatever the software and boom, the exe should be there. Click on the exe to run it and Roblox will just automatically run at above 60 FPS from now on. There's been news that the newest version of the FPS Unlocker contains a false positive, but if you don't want to take the risk, you can install the older versions of the FPS Unlocker. They still work fine. For some of you, this might seem a little bit too suspicious, but this particular FPS Unlocker is the only FPS Unlocker in the market that has had a clean record for all of its lifetime. Not one person had their account compromised due to this. I've been using this for about 4 years now personally, and there hasn't been anything wrong with my account. No hacks, no compromises, nothing wrong with it. You have my word for it. But not all FPS unlockers are this secure. There are a couple of other FPS unlockers, but they're way more shady than the one that I recommended. But why do Roblox force us to do all this extra stuff in the first place? Why do Roblox force their players to develop their own FPS unlocker when they could have just allowed higher FPS in the first place? Well, because they just don't see the need to. Roblox can easily, and I mean easily, go above 60 FPS for its players. I'm pretty sure it's just like some setting they had to do in like 15 minutes. Some of the myths were that since Roblox physics run exclusively at 60 FPS, the FPS limit must stay at 62, but this just doesn't make sense, considering that Roblox doesn't break or change at all, even when you go up to 100, 200, and 300 FPS. By that logic, Roblox should crap itself whenever someone runs a FPS unlocker, but that simply just does not happen. The reason why Roblox does not allow more than 60 FPS is because they just don't see the point of it. The majority of the Roblox player base pays at no bow. In fact, 79% of them do, and probably the majority of you guys too. And the majority of these mobile devices have trouble keeping up at 60 FPS in Roblox in the first place. So they just don't see the need to increase the FPS limit, considering the majority of their players can't even manage that frame rate at all. Right now, they're pouring their resources into optimizing and tweaking Roblox Mobile to make sure that everybody can play the game. And they're perfectly happy with PC players relying on third-party software to get more than 60 FPS. I think in the future, Roblox will eventually increase the limit, at least for PC players only, but for now, they just don't see the need to. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and if you're still here, I recommend my video on why Roblox events are dead. It's a great video. And yeah, see you there.